Welcome back to ITT Hartford's Breakaway, brought to you by ITT Hartford, putting abilities into action. We're in San Diego's Balboa Park for the 6th Best of the West Quad Rugby Tournament, where the sharp shadow of San Diego, number 10, Troy McGurk, puts his team up for the first time, 4-3 at 3 minutes into the first quarter. Bob, this game is a lot like tennis. You're supposed to score with each possession. Turnovers make the difference in closely matched games, which this is. This year's Tampa squad has grown in numbers since last year. That adds depth, but it also means they have to learn to gel as a unit.
Tampa teams have not always had the most talent, but they've always played the best team ball together. I mean, they've, haven't always been flashy, but they've had excellent results on the court just based on the hard practices and the chemistry that's developed throughout seasons.
Tampa is in its 34th straight tournament final, an enviable record. But Shadow was up 5-4 in this game in just the 3rd minute of play when they began to substitute, which, Bob, they think is their key to victory.
Well, there are two distinct styles of play, Tony. One is zone play, more structured. Get into a zone, play your assigned role, not much room for improv. Then there's the press, which is what Sharp is playing. Allows for many different strategies, moves faster, more aerobic, requires a higher level of fitness. The press is going to take the arms out of Tampa early.
Joe Soares, number 8 with the headband. He's the 3.5. That's the highest rated, and he's got the most mobility, the most skills, and he exhibited it all day long. Standard quad rugby strategy is to use your low classification athletes to block and defend, while the higher classes do the scoring. Now, throughout the game, Shadow clung to a narrow 2-3 goal lead. Tampa would bring it back to 1 on occasion, but never quite even. Late in the 4th, Tampa down 37-36, and a turnover just killed them. That's Joe Soares up ahead to number 00, Dave Gould. But at this late stage, his arms are weary and the ball's on the floor. Rick Draney recovers. Up ahead to a breaking Troy McGurk, who had just come back onto the floor, and the Shadow strategy played out just enough.
You have to have a bench. You have to have a rotation process. You keep bodies fresh. You keep people rested up, and you get them in and out of the game to where they can use all their energy and get back onto the bench, get rested up to where they go back in, and they're never tired.
Tampa coach Terry Vineyard tries to rally his troops. There's still time, but they need a score and then a stop.
Take all the clock off. They'll get booed by their home crowd. We got plenty of time. Let's get a stop down here in the paint.
Dave Gould inbounds to Joe Soares. This game has been so close the whole time, but the Shadow press has been trapping Tampa in the backcourt over and over again, leading to easy breakaways on the other end for Shadow. Now Draney's got the ball, and they're just trying to kill time as much as possible. They're not looking to score so much as use up that clock.
But they're going to score anyway.
It's going to be so frustrating for Tampa because they were 4-0 against Shadow in '95 until that championship game in the National. Gould scores. McGurk really didn't look like he was trying to stop him that much. Sometimes you try to sit on a lead and you get in trouble. There's another example of how when you got to press to try to take the ball away in the backcourt, you open yourself up to just breakaways on the other side. And number 9, Mike Wyatt closes the door on Tampa, making the final score 39-37 Shadow.
Like basketball, the pick and roll here is very, very a part of the game. And what they do is they pick, they hit. Unlike basketball, where when you pick, you have to be stationary. Here, you can plow someone right out of the way. And that's what they did. They worked as a team. And I have to give them all the credit in the world.
Well, actually, this is my very first year with this team, and we just started practicing a couple of weeks ago. I've been doing a lot of international stuff with the Paralympics and the national tour to New Zealand. So actually, this is the very first tournament we had together as a coach and players. And it's just going to be a long season, and it's going to be a good battle with Tampa the rest of the way.
We've seen the full range of quad wheelchair sports on today's program. None of it what you'd call genteel in nature.
Well, I think we've pretty well dispelled the myth that quads are fragile.
Join us next time when we come to you from the starting line of the Honolulu Marathon. That's on ITT Hartford's Breakaway.